Hey guys, it's me, Blue Button. I am here to try and help you a bit with any kind of team issues with maybe some reasons you lost the matches or anything. I think this will be, I think this might be the only map I take on this video, but I will do more. So first we'll look at the team comps, and we can see the classic Ryan Zarya, which is good. It's a good comp. You're running standard brawl, which is a very good comp, but once you see the dive comp they're running, you should probably switch that Reaper to a McCree to try and shut down both the ball and the Tracer, because then you get more crowd control and you shut down some pretty big targets, and then they have to switch off to something they might not be as comfortable on, but we'll have to see how you do. I have heard, I want to say, I have heard your comms, and your comms are pretty good. As far as I heard, you called out the right room here. So that's a good one to do. Once that charge was a bit risky. I'm actually going to just go free cam here just to see where everyone is. Oh my god, that sound. So is everybody? Yeah, everyone is here. I was just away from the Moira. Your Lucio should actually be speeding here, because he is supposed to speed you through so you can push into the enemy with the gorilla in the front line. Because if the Lucio is speeding, the Moira can get more ultimate charge from healing everyone and sending maybe a damage orb. So that is good strategy to do, because then first off you get to push in so the Reaper gets value, and same with the Reinhardt, he can get to push in to get his ultimate charge. I can already see this fire strike could actually hit. That should be good. So oh my god, the controls on this are so bad. So let's see what you do. You're still standing still, which is not advised. Your Zarya is out of position, she's pushing up. The ball, nice pick, that was good. He was overextending. You're all antied, so Rhino, you should not push when you're antied like that. And that charge, that cost you your life, I would say. So try not to charge like that. If you have like a wall right here, and there's like, for example, the Winston, if he was like at that wall, you could have charged, right? If there is a close wall, you could charge in. Because if you're far away and you charge, and as far as I've heard, this is a team that's higher SR, average SR than your team. So if you charge like that, you will most definitely die most of the time. Zarya got good. That was a good pick. That was a good targeting. Sorry about that. The ball is getting some knockoffs. That was not the best coalescence I've seen. It was a good pick, but the coal should probably be used when the team is in front of her, because then she can both heal and damage. So I would have saved that if I was you, because you won that fight, I would say. So that coal was not the best I've seen. These two combo is pretty good against the ball, so that's good. So I'm freezing a bit, that's why I'm a bit shaky. Reinhardt, I think you could come out here instead, because then you have more sideline and you're with your team. The Mei is pushing quite far here, but and the Lucio should probably be with the Mei here. Oh my god. The Lucio should probably be with the Mei, since if he can see that the Mei is pushing, he should go with her so she can get more survivability and more speed if she has to get out. So but that was a good pick on the Tracer. Now you just need to get the ball, which can be a problem. He is low though, so yeah, nice. Scale orb. Zarya is pushing in front of the Reinhardt here, which I would not advise. Lucio was way out of position. He was in the Lucio should not be in their front line while he on heal. Lucio should be about right here with speed, but not amp speed. He should just stand here, let people do damage, maybe poke a bit, shoot a bit, you know? And if your team gets low, your Moira can heal. But when your team gets low, your Reinhardt should say like, alright, back out. And then you go back to point. You amp back to point. And yeah, Lucio should not stand here. You can see the tracer already, so let's see how this goes. Ooh, that was a good minefield. Yeah, not that big of a chance of you surviving there. I think when they're running that kind of dive, I don't think you should push up that far. If I am correct, I might not be correct on that, but maybe not push up that far, and Lucio should not stand here. I think that might have cost you the fight, but that pulse bomb also cost you the fight because that did a lot of damage to your team. So I think if Moira had her call, right, and the team is pushing in, and you see the pulse bomb, you should just pop your call. So if you had that call there, I think you would have won that fight. Now, if I was you, I would switch to that McCree, which you didn't, which is a bold move, but still doable, but very bold. Yeah, Gorilla gets taken down early because he pushes a little bit too far. You didn't have your Reaper. The blade from the Genji, not the best I've seen, but very good, actually, value-wise. They are pushing so far. You should be able to at least, like, if I was Gorilla here, I would have shattered earlier. Oh, that's a good wall. Unlucky that the Lucio can wall ride. Cole again? That is a good call, I would say. But when Gorilla is anti, he should probably shield that. He should start shielding. One thing I just realized that I don't like that much. Why do you have Winston? Winston is not a good combo with Reinhardt. I would rather have either a Sigma or a Zarya. Zarya can bubble Reinhardt, so he can push in and do damage and get ultimate charge. And Sigma can, if Reinhardt doesn't have shield, he can also shield and get the crowd control with his accretion. So right now you're getting bashed around by this Winston. Did you have charge? I would have just charged him to try not to get knocked off the map. Even though he did fall down himself, I would still just charge that. I would have just charged it and seen if he, because was he low HP? If he was low HP, which I'm not sure. He was not that low, okay. But that Winston, when he just killed himself, you have the spawn advantage, so you can just, once you spawn, you can just push into them because they don't have a shield. So or any kind of, yeah, sustain like that. And the Anna jumped off for some strange reason. But yeah, that now you should win the fight. They don't have that good of a healing because they only have Lucio. Lucio doesn't have that good healing, so you should be able to win a fight if you push into them. But you are waiting, which you should not do. You should push in now. Good charge, good charge. You switch to Junkrat. I'm not sure if I agree with that. It's good against the Winston, but maybe not the ball that much. Or the other ones. Oh, nice pick onto the Genji. Now you should win the fight. That is a decent ultimate from the Mei there. Not the best I've seen. You didn't need to use it, but yeah, would have won the fight anyways. Oh no. That anti-nade was I think what the Winston should have done here, once their Winston dove, is I think the Ano's over here. So what the Winston could have done is dove in the Ana, because then they don't have either sleep dart or anti-nade. So I think if your Winston had dove in the Ana, I think you might have been able to win that fight. But I'll have to see if the Ana was alone. If the Genji was there, you could have dove in her, because the Genji was just about to dash in. So if Winston would have dove in her, I don't think even I think the Winston could actually have killed the Genji as well, because he has the laser and he can't deflect or anything. But mistakes are mistakes. They are. You could have done. That was a shatter into the May block. Yeah, I would have just swung in there just for that good damage. But that looks like it will be the first point. It looks like from what I've seen, you're running. I think you're running my McCree Reaper here.
Ready. One.
You're running May Ash. One thing you can do is run Symmetra, right? Symmetra, either Reaper or McCree. Put Symmetra here and teleport straight through the window. Then you already are on point, and the fire can't get as much damage onto you. And if you run McCree, then he can just poke out a bit with the natural cover, like with a Lucio or something, and just pow it like that, right? So that's one thing you can do, a little sim TP strat to get fast point control. They are still running the same kind of dive, just with fire this time, and they don't have a mercy. They don't have a mercy. You can easily take her down, since she doesn't have any kind of healing with her. So you can go for Ana, can try and drop her. You can go for the Ashe drop. Oh, nice hat there, bud. Or yeah, anyone can actually take her down now, because she doesn't have her own healer. They technically already have point control. If you had a Lucio, I think instead of if you don't run Symmetra, you could have already been on the point, because he could have amped, so you could get right in there. But if you had run the Symmetra, you would have already been on point like a long time ago. Set up turrets and stuff like that. You could have run Torb as well with the turret as well. But oh, Orisa pushing it a bit too far now. Nice poke damage, nice poke damage. But Gorilla goes down early, so I would have just fallen back and waited. But now that you got the Lucio, I think I would have pushed a bit. That was a nice anti-nade from their Ana. But the fire goes down, but they're getting done. So did Moira have her Wraith form? No, she did not. Okay. So she has an excuse there. I wouldn't say that was the most effective use of Wraith form when she Wraithed right into the med pack here. I would have gone for the retreat and tried to like Wraith form out here, but that's my opinion. I just want to point one thing out. You are running the classic quick play setup here, which if it's a scrim, you shouldn't. If it's a scrim, you should run competitive with all 3 points. That's scrim rules. Just a little quick point out. Oh, that Genji is way out of position. You should get him there. Okay, he died to the pool. Apparently, he just jumped out. Oh, the Lucio is looking for the boop. Oh, almost gets it. You're pushing in without your Brigitte. You should wait for your Brig, because when Brig does damage, she heals a ton. You shouldn't push yet. You should wait a bit. Now you can almost push. That's a risky charge, my man. That's a risky one. You're antied and you're getting bullied by this Winston. You get the Winston, but you die yourself. You should get this Lucio. He's one shot and antied, so you did not get him. It looks like you still lost the fight, which is kind of weird. I think you should have won that, actually. Like, I know that this is late for me to say, but I'm looking at most of the basic stuff. I am not the guy that like points out every mistake, because I'm not that high ranked myself, but I will point out what I see that you do wrong. And that barrage was suspicious, but the Winston is low here, actually. Oh, that was a... Oh, nice to get the Winston. The Junkrat. Junkrat is not the best pick here. They have Pharah and Genji. You like, your DPS is supposed to focus, as far as I know, your DPS should focus their DPS and their supports, right? So and then the tanks take down tanks. The Pharah is actually already low in the sky, so your Ana could be able to take her down, which you almost did until she got healed. Dude, that Lucio knows some wall rides. Oh, take that back. You're still running Junkrat with Rhine Orisa. I'm not that fan of the Rhine Orisa. Maybe I would have actually either gone dive. Gorilla, that you should not have charged the bridge when they... You should not go bridge whenever they have like a dive comp that can do that much damage. I just want to point out the bongo placement. The bongo could have gone here and survived a little longer, so you could have done a little more damage at least. Like, not that that matters, you were already losing, but just for a little later tip, you should place bongos behind at least a little bit of natural cover. So that was the map. And victory. Oh my god, I wasn't able to. Alright. But so far their team looked way more coordinated than you did. Your comps were not as good as theirs. I would have gone McCree Symmetra just for that sim TP to straight to the point, so you can get early point control. And then when you're pushing, you should always have Brig with you, because she, if she does damage to the enemy team, she also heals a lot more. And if they're running dive, don't go Junkrat, especially if they have a Pharah. I don't think that was the best decision you could. I hope this helped at least a little bit. I'm not looking at the minor details, but I'm doing my best to try and help a bit. So hopefully this helped a bit. So